Okay, folks, we are at question 8 of the paper. The question deals with a cubic curve, so let's see what they give us. They tell us the graph of g of x is given. Now look at how interesting they give g of x. They don't give us any of the coefficients. They say it's ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx. Okay. Now that's interesting. We'll see why that matters. Okay, then they say it's a cubic function that has a y-intercept of 0. Okay, that's quite clear. The graph goes through the origin. Is drawn below. That's interesting here. Now, we'll talk about the shape of this curve in a second. They also then give us more information. They say the x-coordinates of the turning points are given. Okay, folks, I find that very, very interesting. It's a very nice question. I think it's going to be challenging for us to do, but let's see how far we get with this question. Okay, so let's first of all talk about the way the graph looks that they gave us. They gave us a cubic without giving us the A, B, and C value. Okay, so we know the following. We know, now let's put this on our sketchboard and see if this is indeed the case. If A is positive, if we have a cubic, the cubic can lie like that, which means the leading term is positive. If it lies like this, it means the leading term is negative. So first of all, look at the shape of the graph. Okay, that's the first thing we do. Then, if we try and see, did they give us any roots? Because if they gave us roots, we can write the graph in this form. And sometimes if there's a root where it also touches, that root will have a multiplicity of 2. So if it has 3 roots, it would look like that. Or if it had 2 other roots given, or only 2 roots given, but one of the roots were repeated, then we usually have a situation where we sit with a root of multiplicity 2. That is not the case here. In this one, they did something very strange. They told us the x values where the derivative of this function is indeed 0. So that we have. We also have the y-intercept. Now please notice that if the y-intercept is 0, then it's also an x-intercept. So at this point 0, 0 is where the graph will cut the x-axis and the y-axis. Okay, so these points that they gave us here, they told us at these points we know because they are derivatives, the derivative is 0 here, and they told us the x value. So we can do something even more. Here we can say that instead of just saying g prime x, we can immediately say at this point that g prime minus 1 is 0. And at this point here, g prime 2 is 0. Okay, that helps a bit. I think that is mainly what we can get from this graph. Everything that we can get from this graph. So let us go and let's see what it is that they ask us to do.